Hey, what's up you guys? ShartimusPrime here doing another Marvel Legends action figure review, and today we're going to look at the Marvel Legends GamerVerse Insomniac video game Spider-Man 2's Deluxe Venom. Oh my god, this action figure is enormous. Like, just without even opening it, this is just a very, very large figure. And I'm excited for it. It looks really good already. I love this game. This is probably one of my all-time favorite video games ever, dude. I love this game. I still play it now and then just for fun, swinging around, finding boxes around buildings. Yeah, tech boxes, nice man. Looking packaging over here. I like the fade right here with the red. Nice image of Venom over here. And we get that same image over here. And then we get the final blown out image right there on the back, looking sick with Miles and Spidey. And we have a read-up over there on the side. If you want to read that, go ahead and pause it right now. Not much more on the top except for a spot-varnished GamerVerse logo and nothing at the bottom. So let's get to it and crack this thing open. And if you're trying to get your Marvel Legends, you can do so.
Big, big, big. Get your big, badass toys at BigBadToyStore.com. Click the link in the description below.
And here is the new Venom figure out of the packaging. And wow, this is a very cool figure. Holy crap, man. Is it too big? I don't know. I think it's just about the right size after playing around with this figure, especially with some GamerVerse Spider-Man figures. I've had a blast with this thing. I do have some gripes. We'll get into all of that. First of which, the joints are a little bit looser than I anticipated just getting it out of the box. But we'll get into all that stuff. We'll get into the good stuff as well. And speaking of which, let's start with the accessories. And then we'll get a closer look at the figure. So we get the two Venom head sculpts, and then we get these accessories right over here. We get a set of fisted hands, and then you get kind of an uneven set of hands over here with the claw hands. This is a wide open clawing hand, and then this is a gripping hand. And I wish we had like an even set of gripping hands, or at least an even set of clawing hands, maybe one gripping hand right over here. And then we also get this cool tendril accessory that I really love. This thing is so cool. Oh man, I love the texturing and everything throughout on this. Nice detail right over here. I love how soft and pliable it is. Fairly easy to get a Spidey figure, either a Miles or a Peter, you know, just roughly thrown on here. You could get a little bit more intricate if you want, but it's easy to play around with, and I just really like this a lot. It ports into the hand right here with a peg, or into the wrist anyway. There it is. You can see the peg right over there, and it can go on either arm, so that's great. And then the hands look really good too. Again, this is pretty good for gripping the heads, so if you want them, you know, choking a Spidey, throwing a Spidey, clawing a Spidey, you could do that. But again, I wish we had an even set of these hands, but I do like having this right over here. Then the fist hands look pretty good too. I like how there's a bit of that texturing in the hinges for these as well. So here's the first of the two head sculpts, and even with this one, the one I like the least, I still really like a lot. I think they did a great job with the sculpt and the paint apps over here. I'm going to complain in a moment, but first, I gotta say, dude, the paint just looks too incredible to not enjoy. For me, anyway. I love what they did with this soft touch of brown going around the edges of the eyes. Very tricky to see, very subtle, and definitely not an accident. It's a different color. It's not like they had weak paint around the edges. That was on purpose. Same thing with the color for the teeth right there. I like how it's distinctly cream color as opposed to the bright white that we're seeing on the rest of the figure. And the gums are painted nicely over there. My biggest gripe with this head is the frickin' jaw. The jaw just blocks any use of articulation as far as moving the head side to side. It just runs into itself and it makes me pop the head off. I get super frustrated with that. I know he's got to have a big mean jaw, but I don't know if I'm going to do it or not. I don't like the idea of slicing a little piece of this jawline right over here off, but I'm tempted to do so just so I can move the head around a bit more. There's a look at the back of the head. It's mostly pretty smooth, but you have some texturing at the bottom right over there. And again, I think the eyes just look really, really damn cool. Really like this head sculpt, but I do prefer this one, of course. Oh my god, so badass. Oh, I love it. Same thing with the edges right over here on the inside. These eyes are sculpted so very well. And nice detailed paint right there. I just think the paint applications on the heads just came out very, very good on my copy. Let me know if you have this already. I know a bunch of people have it already, and I want to know if your eye paint came out as good as mine, because mine looks really, really damn good. I'm very happy with that. Again, I love how the teeth look on this. We have some subtle paint right here on the tongue. right? No paint. I thought there was paint right there. There's just a lot of sculpt. My bad, no paint. But it is very, very cool. I do like it. And on top of that, you get the little added saliva accessory right over here. So you want the longer part that sticks out at the bottom, and you can just weave this through the tongue like so. If you feel more comfortable heating this up first, you could do that, but you don't have to. I'm able to just wedge it right in there, and then I try to pull it out a little bit so that it looks like that saliva is really coming off the teeth. So if you jam it too far in there, it's not going to look right. That looks pretty damn cool. Damn, what a cool idea. I love that. I love seeing the Marvel Legends team do different stuff. I don't think I've seen anybody really do this kind of thing right here with spit, you know? They really took advantage of the spit over here. I love it. Damn, great looking head sculpt. Now onto my wah-wahs. You can see that the white paint isn't as clean as it could have been throughout on this figure. At first I thought it looked really good, but I do see some haziness around these edges, some little pieces of black that didn't get painted right over here. It's not perfect at all, but damn, it does look good still. It's noticeable. I'm not saying it's not noticeable, but it's not there enough to make me hate the figure or for it to ruin the fun factor. And I do love that the symbol is sculpted right there. You can see right there, you know, where the web spinners are on that logo. It's very hazy with the white paint, so I'm not a fan of that. Could have been a little bit cleaner, but it's still pretty damn clean. See right there, a little bit messy. And that doesn't go for the majority of the figure. You know, for the most part, the edges do look clean. It's just that there's a bunch of spots where it's not. And I just have to point out the parts that are good, and I have to point out the parts that are bad. And damn, the back of the figure, yeah, looks really, I love the texturing throughout on this too. Just looks dope. Arms look really good too. Musculature looks great. Symbiote texturing looks really good in the inside of the hinge right here. It's not like that on the shoulder hinge though, but we do get it on the elbow hinges. And there's looking at the hairy butt. And then here we have the arm again, looking very, very cool. Pinless joints look great on this figure. I love this texturing throughout. The musculature looks awesome. Damn, they did a good job. The black looks consistent on the figure. We get some nice toes sculpted over here and make me extra happy. I love that. Love that. And the toe articulation. We're going to get into all the articulation in just a moment. One thing I did want to show off, though, is that this head does move around easier than that other head sculpt that I showed off earlier. You can just see it's easier to work with. Now, for the most part, I really do love the articulation on this figure. I just wish we had a neck hinge over here instead of the dumbbell joint. But yeah, with the better head, it can look up that far, look down, turn side to side, and pivot some. The other one definitely more restricted, as I demonstrated earlier. The butterfly joint is okay. It's not great, man. But it's still okay. It does stop right here. I feel like if I push it farther than that, I'm going to ruin the paint. I'm happy to say that the paint isn't ruined, though, on those butterfly joints. And then as you move in forward, it will go just that far. So I'm happy to have the butterfly joints, but I wish they could move in just a little bit further than that. We have the shoulder hinges that move up above 90. They move in that far, rotate a full 360. You get your bicep swivel. And I felt like all the joints were fairly loose when I got, like, not loose, like where it was super wobbly. It's just that none of it was stiff. It was on the looser side. And to be honest with you, it's held up for me. I haven't had a problem with it. I've been able to use this accessory, hold a figure, and things don't flop down on me. So immediately after opening, I was like, whoa, this is kind of a loose figure, but it's been holding up for me so far. And I already took all my photos. I'm not saying that just out of the box, you know, I played with it a whole bunch. Anyway, you do get the rotation right here at the diaphragm. You saw what I did with the wrists earlier. And I haven't had any scuffing over here so far. It crunches forward that much at the diaphragm, moves back that much, and we have the lower ab crunch right here, which I wish could move a little further than that. So with both joints, he'll bend forward that much. With both joints, he'll bend back that far. Yeah, I wish it could bend forward a little bit more than that. And then the hips, it would be nice to have drop-down hips on this big guy, wouldn't it? Anyway, the hips move outward that far. He can kick forward that much at 90 degrees, back just the tiniest bit, if at all. Upper thigh cut, nice double jointed elbows. Oh, thank you, Hasbro. You gave us calf cut right over here. And then we have ankles that move down. On this side, I have to mention that the cut on the calf seems like it's just not as secure as it is on this side. Like when I move the ankles down and up on this side, it kind of pulls on it a little bit, but it just pulls on it a little bit more on this side. It's a nitpick. Anyway, moves up, down, and you get beautiful ankle pivot and toe articulation. Now to measure out the height of this big fella, you can see that it is standing at about 11 inches tall. Then to get into some size comparisons, you can see we have the Null 2-pack Venom right here, and we have the Hot Toys movie Venom, which, oh my god, I love this thing. I haven't grabbed it off the shelf in a while. And for a minute, I was thinking this figure was based off of the Venom movie figure. Of course, this is based off of that too, but it's really not. Just kind of felt that way, but there's just too many differences throughout the figure and on the sculpting that it's not the same thing, just upscaled. It's a very different figure. Then to fulfill the request, here is the GamerVerse Venom next to the Toy Biz Marvel Legends Icons Venom. Thank you again, Jaime, for this wonderful gift. I still love this thing. And while I was posing this Venom figure around, I felt like it reminded me of the Searcher figure, and you know, this is about the same size. This one, of course, is a little bit bigger. I don't remember the legs being so weird on this figure. You know, I don't remember that happening. Luckily, on the Venom figure, you could move the legs in that far in, you know, you don't have that same thing. Here's our GamerVerse Venom next to some other GamerVerse Spider-Man figures. We have the Miles Morales figures, and then we have the recently released Black Suit Spider-Man and the older PS5 Spider-Man, or is this a PS4 Spider-Man technically? I don't know where I put my PS5 Spider-Man. I just had it not too long ago when I reviewed this guy. I don't know what's wrong with me. And then I wanted to compare this Venom figure next to the 80 Years Hulk. I don't have my Maximum Series Hulk figure in hand yet. It is on the way, but I cannot imagine me liking that figure more than this Venom figure over here. I mean, just, they have the same price point, and I just feel like I'm getting so much more with this figure than that Maximum Series Hulk figure, but I don't have it in hand yet. We'll see. Stay tuned for that review whenever I can get to it. And here's our GamerVerse Venom next to another green meanie. We have the Marvel Legends Big Time Letdown Spider-Man. Hey Venom, you know, you biting all those heads, don't you think that gray matter might give you some gas or something? Huh? Do you ever think about that? Well, go brain fart. Ooh, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I certainly enjoyed making the video. If you liked it, hey, feel free to show some love by hitting that like button. I certainly do appreciate it. Hit that subscribe button as well if you have not already. And go ahead and support the channel if you are in a position to do so, and if you'd like to participate in the channel perks like early access and live stream access. And this figure is cool as hell, man. This might be my Marvel Legends figure of the year. Well, I do love that Maximum Series Spider-Man figure, I'm not gonna lie. I really love that figure, but this is a contender. I mean, 10 bucks more than the Max Series Spider-Man figure. This could possibly take it. I don't know, very well might. Stay tuned for that later this year. Anyway, this figure just all on its own is badass. I think the paint applications, while a little hazy on a bunch of those edges, it's still very cool looking. I still really like it a lot. It's not enough to bum me out and make me regret the purchase. I really do like the articulation a lot. Again, minor gripes with the articulation, specifically with the head joint. But I think the accessories work out really well, especially that symbiote goop accessory. I really like that a lot. I like the size of the figure. I think it should be this big. That's how big I remember him looking while playing against him on the football fields at the end of the Spider-Man 2 game, so it's like hitting all the marks for me, man. It's just my gripes are really with the head joint. I think the number of accessories is fair with the size of the figure and everything, so I'm pretty damn happy, man. I really do like this figure a lot. At the price point of around 60 bucks, I'm gonna give it a Sud rating of... And I'd like to know what you guys think, so please let me know in the comments section below. If you want to see the latest Marvel news, you can find it all over at marvelousnews.com. And if you want to stay in touch with me on social media, you can find me on Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, TikTok, and on whatnot. We have a giveaway for the Max Series Spider-Man coming up next Thursday, so stay tuned for that. I'll catch you guys later. Peace!
That's crispy.
Hey, new ShartimusPrime videos. Hey, you should click one. Yeah, click on one of them. Or subscribe if you haven't. Shot.